Hi guys, how are we? My name is Aditi Gupta. Welcome to my YouTube channel Live a Little Love a Lot. And I'm here to bring to you the story for the month of April. Now it's really hot outside. Get yourself something cool to drink because we're going to dive into the title for the month, which is called The Weight of Small Things. Get comfy. I'm going to start reading. Raghav Malhotra didn't believe he was a bad person. He paid his bills on time, he worked hard, and he didn't cheat anyone. But you know what? There was one small, teeny, tiny problem. Now that morning, he had already lost it twice. Bhaiya, thoda gaadi side kar lo. The cab driver said, and he was trying to ease through that narrow lane. Raghav lost it. If you can't drive, then why are you sitting behind the wheel? He grumbled and he reversed the car. The driver said nothing and silently drove past Raghav's car, giving him a long stare. Now at the office gate, the guard straightened. "Good morning, sir." Raghav walked past him, his eyes glued to his phone screen. Several other office colleagues, peons, helpers all wished Raghav good morning. But he acknowledged only few with a simple nod. By afternoon, his inbox was overflowing, his calls were running late, the deal that he had spent months chasing collapsed within the next 10 minutes. So when the doorbell rang that evening, 18 minutes later than promised, Raghav was already irritated. The delivery boy standing on the other side of the door, he was sweating profusely, slightly out of breath, carrying his helmet in one hand and a brown bag in the other. "Sorry, Bhaiya ji," he said quickly. "I don't need a sorry," Raghav cut in. The boy stopped mid-sentence. Their eyes met for a moment. Raghav took the bag from him. "You're really late." "Sorry, the traffic near the..." "Then leave early," Raghav said, flatly, blunt. "It's not that complicated, you know." The boy nodded. "Bhaiya ji, if you can't do a simple job properly, then why do you even do it?" The words hung in the air. The boy looked up for a second. He was not angry. He was not defensive. Actually, the poor guy froze. And then he nodded again. I'm sorry. It won't happen again, Bhaiya ji." And then he left. Raghav slammed the door with the brown bag in hand. By night, the city softened into something between the hour where everything felt slower, but no less heavy. Raghav got ready to leave for a meeting. As he drove down to the hotel, his mind took him through his day. It replayed the phone calls, the numbers, the loss that refused to settle. At the signal, his car jerked once, then twice. Then it stopped. Raghav frowned, trying to figure out what was going on. He fidgeted with the car power button, fidgeted with the other gizmos over there, but nothing. A few horns blared behind him, some shouted, some cursed. He tried again. The engine just coughed, but it did not start. Great. Just great. This is exactly what I needed. Today. This is such a freaking spectacular day. He stepped out. The air was thick with exhaust and impatience. His phone showed no network. And he had forgotten to plug in his phone to the charger in the car. He ran his hands through his hair, already feeling the irritation arise. "Bhaiya ji," Raghav turned. It was him, the delivery boy. Same face, same uniform, helmet hanging loosely from one arm. For one moment, neither of them spoke. The boy stepped closer. "Your car broke down?" "It's not starting," Raghav said. The boy nodded, as if that was enough. "Can I take a look? I used to work at a garage." Raghav hesitated, but the boy didn't react. He walked to the front of the car and lifted the bonnet. Raghav stepped aside. The boy leaned in, scanning. His hands moved with a quiet familiarity, checking the battery, tightening a loose connection, adjusting something Raghav wouldn't have noticed. He wiped his hands against his already dusty shirt. "Try now," he said. Raghav got in. He tried starting the car. It worked. For a moment, Raghav just sat there. It was a loose connection, the boy said, closing the bonnet. हो जाता है, कभी कभी. Happens sometimes. Raghav nodded and got out of the car. He cleared his throat. You work at a garage. I used to, Bhaiya ji. Now sometimes I do both. I'm ready to do anything to make ends meet. Raghav reached for his wallet. At least let me. The boy stepped back, shaking his head. You already paid for the delivery, and I didn't do anything. I just tightened a few nuts and bolts. But before Raghav could react, the boy added, rough days happen. It's okay. He reached for his helmet and waved goodbye. Raghav watched the delivery boy get back on his bike and zoom off. Now the drive to the hotel felt quieter and longer than expected. At the red light, he found himself staring at his hands on the steering wheel. He recalled his words he spat out of irritation and impatience. It was focused on his own voice, echoing back at him. If you can't do a simple job properly, then why are you doing it? He let out a slow breath. Now later that night, Raghav reached home late. He was already tired. He had hardly anything to eat during the meeting. He spent most of his time stuck in traffic on the way home. And somehow, a truck had broken down, of course. He opened the fridge and found nothing to eat. He picked up his phone and ordered himself dinner. This time, when the doorbell rang, he didn't rush. He opened the door, and to his surprise, it was the same delivery boy. When do you sleep? Raghav said. The boy scratched his forehead. Last order, after this I go home. Raghav took the bag. Thank you. The boy looked up, surprised for a second, and then smiled. Welcome, Bhaiya ji. Raghav nodded. Aapko pani peena hai? Would you like to have a glass of water? The boy was taken back. He didn't remember the last time he had had a sip of water. He could feel his stomach rumble, his mouth dry, the fatigue overpowering his mind and his body. The boy nodded slowly. Raghav smiled and handed him a bottle of mineral water. Keep it. It's very hot outside. The delivery boy was delighted. He thanked Raghav wholeheartedly and he was about to leave. Wait, Raghav said. What is your name? Santosh, the boy replied. Santosh, thank you so much for today. You came to my rescue and I will always, always remember you. Raghav reached for his wallet and handed him a handsome tip. Get yourself something to eat on the way back home. Santosh looked at Raghav for a moment longer before taking the tip. Take it, please. It's the least I can do, Raghav insisted. Santosh smiled and promptly put the money into his pocket. Raghav closed the door gently. So the following morning, Raghav followed the same routine and left for work at the same time. He drove down the same route. He passed the same tall buildings, the same houses, the same market, the same parks. He saw the same beggars at the red lights. He parked his car in the same parking spot as he did every single day. As he stepped into the building, the guard straightened, as he did every morning. Good morning, sir. Raghav walked past him, then stopped. He turned back. Good morning, Bhaiya, Raghav said. The guard blinked and then smiled. It was a small gesture. But as Raghav walked away, it stayed with him. A quiet understanding that maybe nothing had been wrong with the world all this time. Maybe it had just been a loose connection. And sometimes it only takes something small to fix it. And that's the end of the story. The title of the story was called The Weight of Small Things, the story for April. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to share it with your friends, family, and close ones and loved ones. And don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned for the next one. Take care.
Yeah.